Welcome back to my channel, dear learners. So this video, the learning objective will be to sketch, plot and interpret the distance time graphs. So we all know that distance is speed into time, or we can say speed is distance traveled per unit time. So if we have to simply describe the motion of an object, we can describe in words. For example, a car traveled with a steady speed on the road, but after 10 minutes it reached the highway and had to speed up. But then, due to congestion, it stopped. So we can show the same information using graphs. So we will divide the graph into three parts. The graph slopes up. So let's take the distance time graph where time is marked on the x-axis and distance is plotted on the y-axis. This is our origin. So the car starting from rest, let's say that the graph is sloping up. The graph sloping up. So I am drawing this line. The graph is sloping up, right? This is the first part of the graph. Second part says that the graph is becoming steeper. The graph is becoming steeper. So graph is becoming steeper, right? And the third part, it says that the graph is flat. The graph is flat. So I can see three parts here in the graph. I can see three parts here in the graph. One, the graph is going up or slope is going up. Second, the graph is becoming steeper. And third, the graph is becoming flat. So what does it mean? So let us say this is part A, this is part B of the motion, and this is part C of the motion. So during part A, when the graph is sloping up, it means that the car or the object is gaining speed but still a slow speed. In the second part or B part, when the graph is becoming steeper, that means the object is moving with more speed as compared to part A. And when the graph is become flat, that means the distance traveled is same. The distance is not changing, but the time is passing. That means the object is stationary. That means the object is stationary. So we can divide the graph into three parts. Sloping up, graph becoming steeper, the graph is flat. So steeper the graph, the steeper the slope, the more is the speed. So the slope of the distance time graph, the slope, or we can say the gradient of distance time graph, gradient of distance time graphs gives you speed of an object. Steeper the graph, more is the speed. Less steeper, less speed. So let's draw different kind of distance time graph. Let's take the first one. This is our time axis and this is our distance axis. So if the object is moving with a constant speed, this is our constant speed graph. Second, if the object is stationary, straight line. Third, if the object is moving with increasing speed, if the speed is increasing, this is increasing speed. And fourth, the object is decreasing, the speed is decreasing. So the speed is decreasing. How will we draw it? The decreasing speed is, this is the decreasing speed. So this is constant speed. The object is moving with a constant speed, so we have a straight line. Here the object is stationary, it is not moving at all, so we have a straight line. Here the object is gaining speed, or the speed of the object is increasing, so this is increasing speed. And here the object is losing speed, that means this is decreasing speed. The speed of the object is decreasing. So these are the four kind of distance time graph you should know in your syllabus. What if the object, now the object is returning back to its original position? So this line will go or start moving down. You can say this slope will decrease, or we can say the negative gradient. Negative gradient. Negative gradient means the object is returning back to its original position or the starting point, right? So let's test our knowledge by taking an example. So the question says the table shows the distance traveled by a car at intervals during a short journey. So we have distance traveled in meters and time in seconds. When the distance is 0, time is 0. Distance is 200 in 10 seconds, 400 in 20 seconds, 600 meters in 30 seconds, 800 meters in 40 seconds. So we have to draw a distance time graph to represent this data, and we have to tell the shape. What does the shape tells about the car's speed? So let's plot this graph first. So let's draw our axis. This is one. This is a y-axis. This is our time axis. So this is time, and let's say this is distance, and let's take this is 0. So let's choose a scale. Here the scale can be simple. So let's take the time as 10, 20, 30 and 40. So 10, I'm just leaving one block so that it's the graph is pretty clear. 20, 30 and 40. And yeah, very important tip, please do not forget to mention the unit along with the quantity. Sorry, this is meters. So distance in meters and time in seconds. You can simply copy paste it from the from your table. Now distance we have 0, 200, 400, 600 and 800. So again 200. This is 400. This is 600 and 800. I'm telling you a tip again, that do not forget to mention the unit here. You can lose marks if you are not mentioning the units on your graph. So let's plot the graph at distance 0, time 0, distance is also 0. Then when time is 10 seconds, the distance is 200. Time is 20, distance is, when time is 20, distance is 40. Next point is this. At 30, the distance is 600. And when the time is 40 seconds, the distance is 800. Let's join these points. Sorry guys, I'm not using a scale over here, so just pardon me for that. Let's simply join them. Oh, if you simply join these using a straight line, you will get a line. Sorry, I'm not getting a straight line, but yes, you can join them using a ruler, so you will get a straight line. Now B part says, what does the shape of the graph tells you about the car's speed? Because it is a straight line, we will say that the car is moving with a constant speed. What if you would have get a stationary line or a horizontal line parallel to the x-axis, we would have said that the object is stationary. So remember these 4 points or 4 graphs: constant speed, stationary, increasing speed and decreasing speed. And steeper the graph, more is the speed, and the slope or the gradient of the distance time graph gives you the speed. And if the graph is having a negative gradient, that means the object is returning back to its original position. So if you like the video, do share and subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. Thank you and have a nice day.